Yeah, I just want to do a random YouTube video, just a few seconds probably. I mean, I just wanted to, you know, once again, for children of God out there, my brothers and sisters, in Christ, obviously not by blood, but I guess you could say divine blood. Um, you know, people are gonna hate. You know, people are not gonna like you for whatever reason. I mean, you know what? This video could be just for, you know, people in general. Doesn't have to be any, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, isolated to a specific group or whatever. You know, it's just for people and period. I mean, for, you know, whoever sees this video. I'm just saying, like, people are not gonna, you know, certain people are going to nitpick. And I just think that that's a big contributing factor to society today. Like, we just sweat the small stuff, you know. I don't know. I guess it's just a lot easier to kind of sweat the small stuff, you know. And I find myself doing that sometimes, you know, and sometimes not. It just depends. I guess it depends on the day and the mood and all that stuff. But I have noticed it, you know, like sometimes, you know, I look out, and like I guess even sometimes in my life too. But I kind of look out. You know, I'm more or less the type of person where I'm not really the life of the party. I'm definitely not antisocial. I mean, you know, but I mean, I tend to stay to myself nowadays because that's just by choice. But I mean, I do live on planet Earth amongst people, and I'm not in the middle of some, you know, some remote country place where I'm just kind of to myself and I'm secluded just to a few people who know me and vice versa. You know, obviously I'm not in some crazy metropolitan area either, but nonetheless, I'm surrounded by people all day, and I do see things, probably the same things that you see, and it's just stupid stuff, like somebody cutting somebody else off in traffic, or this one lady cut somebody off in the drive-thru in McDonald's, and two ladies were about to duke it out like grown men over some hamburgers, bro, over a Happy Meal or something. I don't even know. Like, these ladies were about to get down and crazy over a couple 99-cent hamburgers. That's what I'm not even trying to be stupid about it. That it is what it is. You know, at all. Like, I'm not even trying to poke fun at nobody, man. I'm just saying, like, I'm definitely not, you know, poking fun at people, because again, we all do this. I mean, maybe not to that extent, but any extent is you know, it is what it is. But I noticed that stuff, and I just, you know, wanted to do a quick video on that. You know, we just need to, you know, and it's so easy to say this stuff because, like, you can sit here and say it when you're kind of just like alone and things are kind of relaxed. But then when you're, you know, when you're in that situation, that's just when, you know, all logic kind of just, like, you know, sometimes we just get blindfolded by our circumstances. But you just have to be like, you know, is it really worth it though? I mean, what if those two ladies, for example, just one example, were to, you know, or somebody gets caught, you know, cut off in traffic or anything, you know, like, is it really worth it? I mean, imagine going to jail over some hamburgers, man. You know, that's crazy. You know, and all that stuff. I mean, over some hamburgers though, you know, you know, that's like, my point is to not talk about the people involved. It's just the mindset of society, just a general. I'm not saying everybody has this mindset, but general mindset. And if you're honest with yourself, you do to some extent. Don't even tell me you don't, because everybody does, kind of, sort of. Like, you mean to tell me you've never nitpicked in your life to the extent of maybe not 99-cent hamburgers at McDonald's, but somewhere else? You never, you know, I mean, come on now. You know, I mean, obviously some things are worth, you know, like if somebody's, you know, kind of getting loud with you or something, or like disrespecting you, obviously there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, don't talk to me like that. I do that, you know, I do that to somebody. Really, I'm not gonna sit there and let somebody disrespect me, you know, or disrespect somebody I love. I mean, that's different. I'm talking about nonsense though. If somebody cuts you off in traffic, lay on the horn. You can, I mean, obviously you don't want to sit there and be passive if somebody's trying to put you through the windshield. But to sit there and just throw a temper tantrum and pull up to the side of that person and just like go crazy and like you're just escalating the situation, that's just road rage gone like to the extreme. Because now instead of one person being PO'd, now you got two people, and you got two angry people going at each other in vehicles, okay, amongst many other vehicles. Like that's just, you know, you're creating a situation that is just really unsafe. That's just one example. You know, and I mean, there's one of many out there. So my point is to not just rattle off examples for the next, you know, few seconds or whatever, but it's just like we just need to, you know, basically just like be more mindful of the small stuff, you know, because the small stuff is the stuff that'll just, like, I don't know, put you in a bad mood. And you know, I mean, I guarantee you at least one of those females are still thinking about that hamburger situation, you know, and maybe you would be too. I don't know, maybe not, you know. And again, it's not me making fun of anybody. It's really not. It's just the general mindset of society, and I'm just trying to make a, you know, video that just, you know, we just need to be more mindful of, you know, what's really important and what's not, you know. Because I mean, people are gonna get at you for you know, for reasons, whether it's cutting you off in traffic, or again, you have obviously a separate issue from this. You know, this is just more or less like stupid stuff happening and people just reacting off of dumb stuff, like somebody bumps into you in public or steps on your sneakers, or, you know, just whatever. Hang on for a minute. Man, but yeah, I was trying to see where got this white stuff flying around, man. It's just killing me. You know, like those from the dandelions or whatever, all the pollen flying around, man. It's getting up my nose, dude. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, it's just basically and I just noticed that an awful lot. And but like I said, even aside from all that, you know, I notice, you know, well, I don't notice, but I mean, obviously it's out there, you know. I mean, of course I've been a victim to this. So I mean, I'm sure everybody has. And I'm trying to think if I've ever really dished it out. I definitely have, but it was more or less just me having a bad day and looking for somebody to blame it on, just being a jerk, in cleaner language. You know, not being so blunt about it, being a jerk, you know, which is bad, you know, which is bad all in itself. I was basically kind of taking my my daily worth of feces and dumping it over somebody else's head, just being a jerk. I'm not really talking about that. Obviously, you don't want to do that either, but I'm talking more or less, you know, just like consistently, like bullying somebody. I don't care if you're small, if you're in school, or it happens everywhere. See, people like to just say bullying and confine it to like a high school or a middle school, or like amongst underage, you know, children or young adults, or, you know, I mean, you're pretty much 17 years old. I mean, you know, you're pretty much a young adult at that point. Maybe not legally, but in my eyes, you're pretty much a young adult. Hang on for a minute. Ugh. Man, oh man, are you serious? But let me see. Yeah, I mean, just people are going to, you know, get at you for whatever reason, you know, and you just have to kind of, you know, again, kind of like I said in you know, before, just kind of be mindful of it, because the more you feed into it, the more it's just gonna happen. You know, kind of like if a fly lands on your shoulder, or a bee or something, you stay still, or like an animal or something. You play dead, eventually he's just gonna walk away and leave you alone. But if you sit there and squirm and all that stuff, then it's gonna maul you to death. It's the same concept. People are gonna get at you for stupid stuff. If it's not for wearing a green watch and a green shirt, it's gonna be because, you know, it's gonna be because, I don't know, for whatever reason, people like that, you know, it's just, it doesn't make it, you know, it's not excusable to be like that. You should never excuse it, but don't let it bother you either, because, you know, people like that, if they can't make you feel bad about, see, look, the best way to be is to just empty yourself of just like, nobody's saying not to care, nobody's saying that you should ever, you know, not care about your life. It's just, I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of a way to say it that really kind of zones in on what I'm, you know, just don't care, you know, what other people think, man. You know, basically just give them something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will sit there and try to get at you for the dumbest reasons, and just like just wave it off. Because, like I said before, if you play dead, they'll walk away. And sometimes it's easier to do than other times. And like I said, depending on your mood or whatever, you know. And what I mean by give them something to talk about is just like, you know, like what I do. And I know this isn't really the best way to go about doing it, but if I am going to feed into it, I'll just be completely honest. I'll start telling them real personal stuff about myself, you know. All kinds of stuff. Like, I used to sniff glue in 5th grade. Not like I didn't sniff it like a drug addict, but I used to sit there and sniff the Elmer's glue. I did. I give people stuff to talk about, and I say, okay, are you satisfied now? Do you want more? And then if they keep talking and coming at me, then I'll get more graphic and I'll tell them some more personal stuff. See, stuff like that, you show people you don't care. You know, like, if people don't have any kind of ammunition, then what are they going to get at you with? You can't shoot somebody without bullets. The only way somebody could shoot you is if they have ammunition. But you leave people empty-handed, they have no choice but to walk away. That's pretty much the way I am. Even with people I love and I care about. You know, like, if you want to get at me, I'll give you something to get at me with, and you know that won't even work. I'll leave you with the shotgun, but and you can sit there and pull the trigger all you want to, but you want to know what that gun's gonna do? You can't get at me. You can't, because it's just the way it is. I leave you with nothing to shoot at, and that's what I'm saying. You just leave people empty-handed and they walk away. Now, that's not always easy, because some people are more sensitive than others. I tend to be more on the sensitive side, but, you know, at the same time, I don't care what people think. So that's just like one solution that you personally can do. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that tell people personal stuff, like crazy personal stuff. Just give people, you know, enough to chew on, so they know that you don't care what their opinion is. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't care about people. Obviously, don't go around hurting people. But if somebody's trying to get at you for stupid stuff, well, hey, like I said, give them something to talk about, and then they'll just walk away. I've done that before, and I'll do it again. Period. I mean, usually I just like kind of just wave it off, but that's an approach for people, you know, just kind of, you know, that just won't leave you alone. If it's happening on a consistent basis, if it happens once or twice, it's just, you know, whatever, like wave it off. But if it's a consistent thing where somebody is just like targeting you, there's a difference between somebody messing with you and just kind of trying to get you up out of your zone, just to try to, you know. There's a difference between that and somebody who is just like constantly like has a problem with you. At that point, like I said, give them something to talk about. Start telling them personal stuff about yourself. Start putting yourself out there. Because then, like I said, at that point, what can they do? So they shut their mouth and move on to the next person. I'm saying, you know. So I guess the overall summary of this video is, just don't let people get on your nerves. Just don't let them get on your nerves. And I've noticed some funny stuff happening around me lately. A lot of road rage, and like I said, that whole McDonald's thing, and